So after all these years, I finally got to watch TMNT 2 Out of the Shadows, and I thought it was very anticlimactic. I was watching this with my dad years ago on DVD, not too long after it came out. My brother was probably 6 or 7 years old, and my dad didn't want him to watch it at the time. So he turned it off at the final fight with Krang. Instead of just like, I don't know, making him go to his room or something and finishing like the last 8 minutes. So for like 8 years now, I have never finished this movie. And now that I finally have, I honestly don't care about it. Um, Rocksteady and Bebop were the highlight of the movie. They were both played fantastically by Sheamus from WWE, and Gary Anthony Williams playing Bebop was fucking fun as hell too. I think they casted them perfectly. Shredder returns. They frame him as like he's this big bad. They have Krang in one scene in the beginning, just for near the end of the movie, Shredder to get easily defeated by Krang and not even mentioned again. Like, they talk about, oh, the Foot Clan's arrested, Krang's defeated, this person's beat. They don't even mention Shredder at the end of the movie with April O'Neil's news report. They don't, which is just crazy. Stephen Amell is here, the fucking douchebag that called people selfish for trying to get better pay for writers during the writer's strike. And he plays a shit Casey Jones, even if I didn't fucking hate this guy because of the type of person he is. He plays a shit Casey Jones. Like, the script and character probably plays a heavy part in it. I will say that, because for whatever reason, they have him be like a cop in this movie that wants to become a detective. And, they have him like feeling sorry for himself. He feels nothing like Casey. He looks nothing like Casey. There is no redeeming facts to his character. He has like unfunny jokes in this movie, and that is it. He wears his mask a couple of times. He is the one to defeat Bebop and Rocksteady in the end, but he is not entertaining in the slightest. I will say that I was kind of on his side simply because of the movie's writing fucking sucking. At one point in the movie, and that's it. His partner gets thrown out of a truck when they're in a chase. I mean, they don't say that he died. It doesn't seem like he died. But he should be a witness to seeing the turtles and stuff too. Um, but we get one of those typical scenes where he starts describing stuff and sounding crazy, so the cops don't believe him and they, put him off his duty. Which is just so stupid because he had a witness. He had somebody with him. He had somebody to back up his story. But because that character isn't a main character and he's only in one scene, he just never shows up again, which is so stupid. He should have been there. He should have been there to defend him for at least one more scene, a character in two scenes. But nope. The turtles are fine in this movie. We get a little bit more fighting with Leo and Raph. We get some more Raph and Mikey moments. Donnie really doesn't do too much in this movie. I mean, he does figure out that you can cure them and make them human. I believe his design changed a little bit because he has like video game parts on him now. Like, he's got like a Nintendo thing on him and like a tablet on him. I don't think he had that in the first movie. And honestly, it just looks goofy. Raph is pretty funny in this movie at times. This movie just isn't great though. Like, there isn't really that much to talk about. The plot is simple. Shredder is deemed like this big bad guy. His suit is nowhere near as cool as the first movie. It's like a real downgrade. Um, but in the end, he's literally just working for Krang. Then he's surprised when he gets betrayed by Krang. Shredder also fucking betrays somebody in this movie who, later goes on to become like the Fly Guy. I mean, I remember fighting him in video games. I remember seeing him in some of the shows and shit as a kid, but I forget his name. But he's in this movie, and Shredder just like betrays him and takes credit for all the work just to immediately get betrayed by Krang. Like a scene later, it's just betrayal after betrayal. You don't feel anything, especially since you don't really get to know these characters all too well. The characters that I like the most, once again, are Bebop and Rocksteady, and they don't get too much screen time either. Like, they disappear for like a good 30 minutes after they say that they have to go to this certain place. And I almost was like, I literally said at the point where they end up showing back in the movie, I was like, we haven't seen Bebop and Rocksteady in a while. And then the scene cuts to them in a fucking tank and they're here. Because I was watching this movie with my friend. But, anyways, just it's nowhere near as good as the first one. The first one wasn't even that good, but it had a way better plot. Splinter's design also changes in this movie, and he's barely a character in this movie. I guess now that he can't be like emotional used in this movie, like they can't just have Shredder trying to kill him again, because he was just that was what he was mainly used for in the first movie. It was like, look at him, he almost died to Shredder, isn't that sad? And in this movie, he really doesn't do anything. I mean, he has like a scene where he tells Leo to not treat his brothers like shit. And that's the only really memorable scene that he has. Um just it's not a very good movie. Um the only thing I can say is it's better than TMT 3, but that's not saying much cuz that movie is not good.